What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Peak Performance Engineering. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Cassidy.
And I'm Taylor.
And today we're waiting on our 2022 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xE to actually get delivered to our house. It should be here within about an hour. So we're gonna see if we can hopefully capture it, when it gets delivered coming down the driveway. But basically, about 2 weeks ago, I turned in my 2021 Ram 1500, which was a lease, and I actually ended up getting that lease. They paid it off and cut me a pretty fat check. So it made it really worthwhile to get rid of that truck. But then what I found out was that with the current COVID market, to get a new replacement Ram was going to be a couple $100 more a month, and it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I started the search to find a replacement. And at first I was actually thinking about getting a Jeep Gladiator. And because that would work well for us, I'd be able to throw our bikes in the back and drive around. But the problem was, even with like a lease, I could only afford like a $40,000 bare bones basic Jeep Gladiator that didn't even have power windows, that didn't have power locks. And it was still like a $400 a month payment. I kind of went back and forth on that for a while. And then I just kind of came back and said, you know what, we've already got a 2021 Wrangler 4xE. We know we like it. It's pretty awesome. You can check out a ton of the other videos that we have on that vehicle. And so I said, why don't we just get another one, because they're still doing the $7,500 federal rebate, and then they roll it into the lease. So it makes it very, very cheap. And you can get a $60,000+ Wrangler for like $400 a month versus, a $40,000 bare bones crap box, Gladiator, for example, or even like a bare bones regular Wrangler. So we're super stoked. Are you guys pretty excited about it?
I'm excited. And he's getting like bigger tires than these tires we have on my mom's Jeep. So I'm so excited. So when we have the doors up and I get to go in the front, it's gonna be more scarier because we're gonna be up more.
So we'll probably do a whole separate video on that. But yeah, so the Jeep's gonna get delivered tonight. It's not gonna get here until about 6 p.m. And then the plan is tomorrow morning, I'm actually dropping it off at the tire store. I've already ordered some BF Goodrich KO2s in a 37 by 12.5 by 17. And so they're gonna actually swap those out. They're actually gonna take in the factory BF Goodrich KO2s, which are like a 33 inch. I think they're like a 285, 70, 17. They're gonna take those in trade. I think they're giving me like $900 for the 5 of the tires. And then we're buying the new set for like $1,200, something like that. So it's a pretty good deal. That's actually what I ended up doing on our 2021 Wrangler with the 35s. Same thing, they're KO2s. And I literally drove from the dealership, went down the street to the tire store, swapped it all out, and then we were good to go. Now, the only thing we are gonna have to do on the new Jeep, it is a Rubicon, of course, and the 4xE also sits about, I think, an inch or an inch and a half higher than a regular Rubicon. But we still may have some fitment issues that we'll have to see. But we do also need the bracket, basically, that moves the spare tire up about 2.5 inches to give us a little bit more room with the parking sensors. And then there's also another bracket we bought that kind of reinforces the tailgate. So both of those brackets do have to go on. I got a couple other little goodies that I'll go ahead and show you guys right now too.
Which is so cool. They are so cool. I think they're so cool.
All right, so we'll probably do, like I said, some separate videos on this stuff, but these are the brackets to specifically put on the 37. So this is going to be the rough country relocation bracket. And again, this basically is just going to move that spare tire up about 2.5 inches to give us some more room for the 37. And then this bracket basically goes something like that, and then this bolts over to kind of where the hinges are, and it just helps to reinforce the tailgate. If you were doing some serious off-roading, this is probably not the setup that you want, but for us, we're just doing some light trail stuff. I mean, maybe once, twice, 3 times a year, not very often. So for us, this should be just fine. When I put the 35s onto this 2021, I mean, it's got no relocation bracket, no reinforcement bracket. It's got nothing. And it's been a year, 12,000 miles, and it's holding up, shutting just fine. So I think with the 37s, with this stuff on there, should be no problem. We also got, I figured, hey, while I'm already in here doing this work, I also picked up one of these cool spare tire brake lights, LED brake lights, so we'll get that installed as well. Then we got some kind of interior accessory crap. These are just some little red key fobs. I just figured between my Jeep and the wife's Jeep, I wanted to be able to tell my key fobs apart. We also got some red dials for the inside of the Jeep. Will get put on. And then actually this stuff also kind of goes back here. I think which one's which? This is the mount for my flag. So I wanted to have a flag mount. So I think this actually bolts over here. And this is from Hook Off-Road. And this is the actual flag pole, again from Hook Off-Road. And then the final kind of cool thing is these are some interior parts, just some plastic with some like two-sided tape on the back. And basically this goes on the center console, and then this part goes on the dash. So if you guys know, like a regular Rubicon has the red dash insert. So this is going to kind of go over top of that, just kind of will stick on, but it's going to make it blue. So instead of having the, on the 4xE, they just made it gray. So it's basically going over this piece here and then down here. So I wanted, my Jeep's going to be red. So I wanted to have like the red and then this whole blue theme with the 4xE rocking. So that's what we're going to go with on my Jeep.
Wait, what about the hand thing? There's a
Oh, the stickers. Yeah, I did get some Jeep Wave stickers, but they won't be here for, I think, about a week or so. I ended up getting like a red, white, and blue kind of American theme since the Jeep will be
It's just like the
red and
blue hand, but it's just red, white, and
yeah.
blue.
All right, so I think at this point, let's just wait till the thing shows up, and I'm excited. Hopefully it comes soon. You can see the weather here in Detroit is not very good, so got some snow today, but it looks like it's warming up because it's kind of turning to slush, so that's good.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like the rest of the week is going to be so nice, and today it's just like, snap, now it's winter.
Yeah,
and it's going to be like, well, now it's going to be nice out, so I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Because
I think it's going to be 70 degrees on Saturday, so in like 5 more days, 6 days, going to be 70 out.
That's going to feel nice.
All right, you guys, here it is. Our 2022 Wrangler 4xE is here.
Look at that.
Let's see.
Ready? Oh, this is perfect.
All right, so the two guys just actually took off. Super nice guys. They actually, look at this, they hooked me up. They gave me a dealership hat, which is kind of cool. And they even brought me a pink hat, which the kids will like, so that's kind of neat. And some, what else did we get? Lip balm or whatever, some chapstick. So pretty cool stuff. Let me show you guys the Jeep real quick. All right, so here she is in all her glory. Firecracker red 2022 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xE. So it's kind of funny because it just looks so much smaller with Katie's Jeep being on 35s. So of course that's gonna get fixed tomorrow. We will get this thing to the tire store, get the 37s on there. The thing that I've got to do with this Jeep is I'm gonna have to get it in the garage either today or tomorrow morning to be able to pop this wheel off and then get on the brackets, the relocation bracket and the reinforcement bracket, which will kind of go over here. And then while I'm doing that, I'll probably also put on like that third brake light deal and also get my my little tube holder for the flag. Might as well just do all that while it's there. That way, when it goes to Bell Tire, they can just simply swap it all out. So should be pretty good. Yeah, tires are still looking pretty brand new, so that's great. Check the inside. So again, you know, nothing super special. No no power seats or no leather seats, I should say. Just regular cloth and not a whole ton of options. Soft top that I wanted. And this is actually, so that's kind of one issue is they didn't have, this is not the premium soft top. So this is the first Jeep I'm gonna have without the premium soft top. This is just the standard. So I can already tell just looking at it, just material wise, it's kind of a cheaper, more plasticky material versus the premium one, which is more like a felt, like a softer felt material. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of see the differences in both noise and then also the ease of putting it up and down, stuff like that. I really wish that was kind of the only major thing that it didn't have that I wish it would have had. You know, I think it's only like a $600 or $700 option to have the premium soft top, but this did not have it. But it also had some Jeep trail rated kit. So this here is your 110 volt charger that comes with all these. So again, this is kind of good to have if you're out and about, but this is gonna take like freaking, I don't know, 13 hours, 15 hours to charge it up. So that's just kind of like your backup plan that you can keep down here. That's what I do on the other Jeep. And then here's this trail rated kit. Now, this Jeep had to be like a dealer order, because I don't know who the hell would ever order this stupid kit. This kit's like, I don't know, $300 or $400 or something, maybe $200, maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, all that's inside here, I looked it up online. It's literally like a toe strap and some gloves and this bag that has Jeep on it. So, I mean, I don't know, pretty big waste of $200 for some freaking toe straps, but anyway, I would have rather have, got rid of that $200, and then it also had the $400 Gorilla Glass option on the windshield. But again, I would have rather not had those two things, and that would have equaled the money for the soft top. So I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but this Jeep, I was able to find it through the Jeep website, and it was at a dealership that was like 155 miles away from my house. And which was not a huge deal, 2.5 hour drive, no problem, right? But I fully expected I was gonna have to drive to the dealership, and pick this thing up, drive back. And when I was talking to that sales guy, I just, kind of almost jokingly asked him, like, hey man, will you guys drive this thing to me? And without a doubt, he was just like, yeah, no problem. We'll drive it to you. And I was like, I'm like 150 miles away, right? And he's like, oh yeah, it's fine, no problem, we do it all the time. So pretty freaking awesome service. So shout out to Matt LaFontaine out of Grayling, Michigan. That dealership's pretty awesome. I was just talking to the fellas that dropped it off here, and they were saying that, they drive all over the place. They go to like Wisconsin, and they'll go to Ohio. They go all over to drop off cars. So that's a pretty awesome service, because there was a few other dealers that I won't name names that were just in like Southern Ohio, not even, 100 miles away. And they weren't even willing to do that service and, drop you a vehicle. They said, you have to come here to get it, man, which I can understand too, but really, really awesome that they were able to just, drive this thing all the way to me. And they even just filled it up with gas right before it got here. So it still has a full tank. I didn't have to leave my house. I mean, that's pretty awesome. They didn't charge me for it. I mean, someone's paying for it somewhere, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I didn't pay for it directly, so I'm pretty stoked about that. All right, so I'm waiting for my girls to get back from volleyball practice so they can see the Jeep. So I figured let's knock out a couple of the simple, easy mods while we're waiting for the girls. And the first one here is going to be what I consider maybe the most important. So now that my wife and I both have the same exact key fobs for the same exact vehicles, I wanted to be able to easily distinguish between them. So I picked up some of these little key fob covers, and I got this off of Amazon, highly rated. And we'll have to figure out how the heck they go on here, but does it just slide in there? Okay. Anyway, so let's see how this works. Okay, so yeah, it just slides in. Well, look at that. Okay. Well, that was awesome. I mean, that's the best kind of modification you can do right there. What'd that take? 12 seconds? Let's see if it works. Lock, unlock, okay? I'm happy about it. Now they have these things in like all different colors too, red, blue. I was hoping they had yellow so we could get one for Katie's Jeep, but they did not have one of those in yellow. So company, if you're watching this, make a yellow one and we'll definitely buy it. But otherwise, pretty simple mod. There we go. All right, so the next little easy mod is we're gonna put these little bezel covers. I think they just literally pop on, so it'll replace all three of those, or I should say not replace, but go on top of, and then also this guy right here. They give you one that's slightly smaller, so these are the same size, this guy's slightly smaller, and literally, like, look at this. That's it, just slides on. So, I mean, it won't fall off, I don't think, but it's on there good. But that's it. It's just kind of a push to fit. So again, another awesome, easy mod, and I'm already really loving it. Like, look at that. It totally matches like this factory, kind of the factory red colors. I really wish this would have had this whole thing be red like on a regular Rubicon, but I think once I get the blue piece, yeah, there's a piece here, and then the piece down here, I think that's gonna look really cool, kind of tie in with like the hood and all the other little blue accents on this thing. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Let's see, boop. It's mandatory to have to say boop for it to go on. Uh-oh. Okay, so this one's actually bigger. Oh, so they're not all the same size. So this one is bigger. This is the biggest. These two are smaller. And then this other guy is even smaller yet. So interesting. But these things look freaking awesome, man. For like, I don't know, $20 I think is what this cost. I'm gonna put the link to all this stuff down in the thing below, but that's a definite improvement. So I'll have to actually see if Katie maybe wants like the blue color for her Jeep, because these are pretty nice, dude. I mean, they really dress up the inside. Let's start her up here. I think she's got 186 miles on it. So they said it had around like 50 or so when they left. So cool. This one's got the auxiliary buttons. I'm not sure that I've got auxiliary buttons on Katie's Jeep or not. We got the, we'll have to get the old garage door programmed and all that good stuff. Actually install these, the stick-on blue stuff right now, because I'm just gonna leave the heat on for like 20, 30 minutes. This should be enough time to hopefully get it stuck on, right? Probably not, but we're gonna do it. All right, so this whole little setup I got off Amazon. And again, it's just some kind of cheap, chintzy plastic. This might be one of those buys you regret a few months from now, but it was pretty inexpensive. I think this whole kit was like 50 bucks. And again, I went with the blue. There was a red also, but the red was not, actually, is that supposed to be cracked in half? Okay, well, that might be, that's probably not too good, okay. Anyway, there was a red color, but the red was like kind of the paint color red. It wasn't like an anodized red, so I wasn't really sure how well it would fit. And so I decided, you know what, blue is gonna be cool. It'll kind of match the blue accents. So we'll try that. And yeah, so let's, looks like all we gotta do is just simply peel off the double-sided tape and then stick this bad boy on, and let's see the difference. So here's before, and we'll see after. All right, so I got this thing all installed, and I think I'm digging it. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Kind of matches the blue. I don't know how well, yeah, you can see it pretty good. So I think it's pretty awesome, like the blue and the red. I think it's great. This might be one of those mods though, like hopefully these things don't, you know, kind of like start shaking free and stuff like that, you know, because it's not a whole lot of double-sided tape holding it on, but as long as it doesn't vibrate and, you know, make noise and stuff like that, or just fall off one day, I think it's pretty freaking sweet. So yeah, hopefully it holds up. I mean, I definitely think add some visual appeal up in here. So like if we hop out, I mean, look at that, dude, it's freaking awesome. Roll up like, oh, what's up? I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So if you guys haven't seen like some of the original videos when we got our 2021 Wrangler, so what's kind of one of the main differences on the 4xE, of course, is it's a hybrid, and where they put the batteries is actually underneath the rear seat. So in the back of a 4xE, you do have the seats elevated a bit, because check it out, that's literally your whole battery pack is underneath here. So I think you do lose, you know, because it's a little bit higher, you probably lose a little bit of leg room and stuff like that compared, but not too much. It does also make the back here not completely flat. So you've kind of got this little stepped up ridge. So when these are folded flat up here, you know, it's not a completely flat bed like how it would be in a regular Wrangler. So I've actually got some other videos where like when we went camping in this thing, Actually built like a little 2x4 enclosure here just to make it kind of flat all the way across so we can put our air mattress and all that good stuff. We also have another grill that I've got ready to pop on this bad boy too, so get that swapped out so she'll be all Americanized. All right, so we are taking our maiden voyage in this bad boy. Definitely digging all this blue, look at this. But other than tomorrow morning when I go to drop this in the tire shop, this is gonna be kind of my only time driving it with the factory 33s. And then tomorrow we'll get it back and we should have the 37s rocking, so that'll be cool. So let's see here, give her some juice. Good pickup. Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of cool. It's already like weird, like looking out, seeing the red instead of yellow. But yeah, I'm gonna dig this thing. It's gonna be awesome this summer. Doors off, top down. I mean, obviously we've been driving for like 20 seconds, but so far I can't notice any major differences between like the premium soft top and then this soft top. I'm not getting any, buffeting or anything weird like that, so it just seems about the same noise level, but we'll have to kind of test that out over the next few weeks. Maybe if we do like a 1 month update, we can kind of check back in on that. So let's go get the girls and we'll get their reaction when they see the Jeep. This will be the first time seeing it. You know you got the right windshield when you see a little Gorilla in the corner. That's what your $400 Gorilla Glass buys you. Hopefully it stays crack free. This might be the last video you guys see where there's no crack in this windshield. So one interesting point, if you're kind of looking at this video as maybe you're going to purchase a Jeep or you want to get a Jeep, you already have one, whatever. But you can see the guys have already driven this thing. They had to drive it about 150 or so miles to get it to my house, and they're averaging just 18 miles per gallon. So that's mostly just going to be all gas motor, right? Where what I see in our Jeep 4xE is more like 22, 23 miles per gallon, but that's going to be also taken into account, quite a bit of driving in the electric only mode, which we do pretty often. So it just kind of goes to show you, if you're just driving this thing kind of as a normal vehicle, you're maybe not charging it as much, or you have longer commutes where you can't really utilize a lot of that electric range, you're really going to see just kind of the same, miles per gallon that you would see in the regular, turbo 4-cylinder Rubicon, right? So, 18 and then versus like that, whatever, 23, 24. So yeah, just kind of something I just saw and thought of and thought I'd point that out.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Watch out for cars. These guys are excited. Check out the inside, dude. It's awesome. What do you think?
It's so pretty.
You like it?
I love it. It's so cool.
Check out the inside, dude. I already made some changes to it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, look at it.
Wow! Oh my gosh! It's so cool! It's so cool!
It's awesome, right?
No, it's blue. And
What do you guys think? It's cool?
so pretty. I thought it'd be red.
No. Well, it's just the same as the Jeep, like this normal color, but we put the blue on there.
This is lit.
That's pretty cool.
And then look at the bottom is more like smaller.
No, I think that's the same.
Really?
I am worried about like this is just gonna get probably all scratched up from
Yeah.
keys and stuff.
Guys, look, this is like a little cover.
Sure.
Guys, look, it's like a little cover. This little thing. It's a little
Yeah, our other one doesn't have like a little
That
cover
is
like
not.
that,
It's a
but
little pocket. Wow, it's just so cool because now we had like a ketchup and mustard, but we already had a ketchup and mustard, but now we have two of the same cars.
right, yep. All right, let's get home.
I-
All right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I got the Jeep pulled in the garage here, and tomorrow we will get started on doing that tire carrier relocation bracket, get everything kind of all ready to be able to take it to the tire shop and get the 37s installed. And I also have an LED third brake light that goes inside of the spare tire too, so we can be like all the cool kids. So check that out. Those videos will be up here soon. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, check out that like and subscribe button. Give it a little push. It's free. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.